Hello 7th standard students. In this video, I am going to continue the lesson Matter Around Us. In the previous video, we learnt about matter and its classification. Matter can be classified into pure substance and mixture. Pure substance furtherly divided into element and compound. We have already learnt about the elements and its classification. Now we are going to see about the properties of compounds. A compound is formed by the combination of two or more elements. Water is a compound. It is made up of two elements. What are they? Hydrogen and oxygen. So a compound is formed by the combination of two or more elements. The properties of compounds are different from the properties of its constituent elements. The elements present in the water, hydrogen and oxygen exist as gases at room temperature. But as a compound, water exists as liquid. So the properties of compound are entirely different from the properties of its constituent elements. A compound cannot be broken down into elements by physical methods because elements are combined chemically. So, physical methods are not applicable to separate the elements. A compound can be separated into its elements by chemical methods only. So, all the elements in the compounds combined chemically. So, chemical methods only used to separate the elements. Next, let us say the differences between element and compound. Element is made up of only one kind of atom. Compound is made up of more than one kind of atom. The smallest particle that retains all its properties is called as atom in elements. The smallest particle that retains all its properties is known as molecule in compound. An element cannot be broken down into simpler substances, but compound can be broken down into elements by chemical methods. Next, let us know about the symbol of an element and chemical formulae. Students, if you take a look around you, you will notice many symbols. Especially, you are familiar with the symbols on the mobile screen. These symbols can make messages more meaningful and memorable than text. These symbols are recognized worldwide. Like this, an element is represented using symbols. All elements on the periodic table have symbols. The same chemical symbols are used all over the world. So, chemical symbol is a short representation of an element. Symbol is derived from the name of the element. The name of the element is either in English or Latin. Dalton was the first scientist to use the symbols. He used a symbol and also the quantity of an element. Here, some of the elements and its symbols proposed by Dalton. Have a look on these symbols, children. Hydrogen, phosphorus, copper, gold, carbon, sulfur, lead, platinum, oxygen, iron, silver, mercury. These are the symbols proposed by Dalton. Chemical symbol usually consist of one or two letters. Symbols of elements correspond to the first letter of their English name. For example, carbon, its symbol is C. Fluorine, symbol is F. H is the symbol for hydrogen. Then I for iodine. N for nitrogen. O for oxygen. So the chemical symbols of element correspond to the first letter of their English name. When there is more than one element that begins with the same letter, symbols of some elements take two letters. For example, the names of both hydrogen and helium begin with the same letter H. So, the hydrogen is represented by the symbol H and helium is represented by two letters HE. In these two letters, first letter is capitalized while the second letter has a small letter. The symbols for some elements are derived from their Latin names. Here some of the examples are here. Antimony, its symbol is Sb. The Latin name stibnum. Copper symbol is Cu. Its Latin name is cuprum. Gold Au. Aurum. Iron Fe. Ferrum. Lead Pb. Plumbum. Mercury Hg. Hydrogyrum. Potassium K. Its Latin name is Kalium. Silver symbol is Ag. Its Latin name is Argentum. Sodium Na. The Latin name is Natrium. Tin Sn. Its name is Stannum. So like this, the symbols for some elements are derived from their Latin name. The symbols for some elements were named after places, countries, continents, scientists, then planets, etc. Here some of the elements and their namings on the basis of country names, scientist name, then color, etc. Polonium. This name given after the country name Poland. Curium, the inventor of curium, that is Mary Curie. Chromium, chromo, it's given after the color. Then indium, indigo, it's a color of this element. Chlorine, it's given after the color chloro. Then neptunium, the name of the element given after the planet, that is Neptune. Europium, it's a Euro continent name. So like this, the symbols for some elements were named after the places, countries, continents, etc. Next, let us know about chemical formulae. Combining of chemical symbols are called chemical formula. A chemical formula is a symbolic representation of a compound. Elements are represented by the symbols. Compounds are represented by the chemical formula. Chemical formula specify the composition of substances in the compound. These chemical symbols represents the atoms of elements present in a compound. In this chemical formula, subscripts given after the symbol. These subscripts represent relative number of atoms in one molecule. For example, the chemical formula of water is H2O. Water contains 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. The number 2 given after the hydrogen as a subscript, it says that there are 2 hydrogen atoms in water molecule. There is no number after the symbol O. It says that there is only 1 oxygen atom in water. So the chemical formula tells us the types of atoms and the number of each atom in one compound. Here in this table we can observe some of the compounds names and its formula. Carbon dioxide, CO2. Magnesium oxide, MgO. Sodium chloride. What are the elements present in sodium chloride? sodium and chlorine. Copper sulfate. 3 elements are present in copper sulfate. CuSO4. Sulfuric acid. H2SO4. Nitric acid. HNO3. Sodium hydroxide. NaOH. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur and oxygen. SO2. Water. H2O. Ammonia gas. NH3. What are the components in the ammonia gas? Nitrogen and hydrogen. Sodium chloride. NaCl. Potassium chloride. KCl. Potassium, the symbol is K, then chlorine, Cl. Carbon dioxide. Then hydrogen sulfide, H2S. Methane, CH4. Hydrochloric acid, HCl. So these are the some of the compounds and their formulae. Next, we are going to see about the atomicity. What is meant by atomicity? Atomicity is the number of atoms present in one molecule of an element or compound. For example, the atomicity of ammonia is 4, since it contains 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of hydrogen. So total number of atoms in the molecule of ammonia is 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. So atomicity of ammonia is 4. Can you say the atomicity of water molecule? One molecule of water contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Hence, the atomicity of water is 3. Let us calculate the atomicity of some of the molecules. Atomicity of oxygen. Oxygen is a diatomic molecule. It contains 2 atoms of oxygen. Hence, its atomicity is 2. Atomicity of phosphorus. Phosphorus is a polyatomic molecule. It contains 4 phosphorus atoms. Hence, its atomicity is 4. Next, atomicity of sulfuric acid. The chemical formula is H2SO4. Sulfuric acid is a molecule containing 3 types of atoms. What are they? Hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. How will you calculate the atomicity of this sulfuric acid? Simply count the number of each atom. So sulfuric acid consists of 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 sulfur atom and 4 oxygen atoms. Hence its atomicity is 2 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 7. So atomicity of sulfuric acid is 7. Next, human body elements. Can you name the elements in the human body? Nearly 99% of the mass of your human body consists of just 6 chemical elements. They are oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium and phosphorus. Another 5 elements make up most of the least percentage point. They are potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine and magnesium. Many elements make up the human body, but only 3 elements occur in abundance. These elements are oxygen, carbon and hydrogen. These 3 elements combine to form the constituent of some of the essential processes in the human body. Air is a mixture of gases which makes up the Earth's atmosphere. So these gases are colorless and odorless, and hence we can't see them but only feel them. The atmosphere is an ocean of these gases. Air consists of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen and 1% other gases and water vapor. The moisture content varies from place to place. Next, we are going to see the effect of temperature on matter. When heat is added to a substance, the molecules and atoms vibrate faster. As atoms vibrate faster, the space between atoms increases. The motion and the spacing of the particles determines the state of matter of the substance. So it causes the volume of matter to increase. So this is called as expansion. Burning and other changes in matter do not destroy matter. The mass of matter is always the same before and after the changes occur. The law of conservation of mass states that matter cannot be created or destroyed. So there is no changes in the number of atoms. Hence, the mass of the matter can be conserved. Next, the change in the states of matter occurs during melting, boiling and freezing and condensation. When solid ice is heated to 0 degrees Celsius, it melts to become liquid water. In the same way, liquid water is heated to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils to become steam. So what are the changes takes place on the matter by heating and cooling? Solid, when solid is heated, the particles gain energy and vibrate more vigorously. Then liquids, melting occurs when the melting point is reached. The solid changes to its liquid state. When a liquid is heated, the particles gain energy and vibrate. Then gases. Boiling occurs when the boiling point is reached. The liquid changes to its gaseous state. On cooling, gases condense into water. On freezing, the water becomes solid. So melting, boiling, freezing and condensation. These are the changes occurs during the changes. So dear children, we will meet in the next video. Thank you students.